5:02, call this meeting to order August 28th, 2024. Public Works Building Projects Committee. Present are Dan Savucci, Town Administrator Mary Beth Carter, members Richard Anderson, Dennis Smith, Frank Lynham, OPM Scott. Going to get that right. I can never say your name right. Lupka.
Yes.
I want to say Lebka. And our illustrious recording secretary. So,
Is this the right one? Hold on.
this is kind of a short agenda. When the working committee over the last several weeks discussed the progress with the contractor Page building, he was concerned about getting payment for retainage and not having to wait another month in order to do that. We did agree to schedule an additional meeting this month, which we are meeting tonight, to review and approve the requisition number 18 in the amount of $1,489,739.98. Mr. Lipker is present as our OPM representative. He has reviewed and has recommended payment of this invoice. Rick, I know you regularly and very diligently review them. Were there any concerns on your part?
No. I think we have sufficient retainage still. If we have something that we have a problem with,
I agree.
we have an amount of money that would be enough.
Is there a motion to approve this invoice?
So moved.
So, Mr. Anderson, second.
Yeah, I'll second it.
Dan Savucci. Are there any discussions with respect to this invoice? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And it is unanimous.
The agenda also had minutes, approving minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't open it yet.
Sorry.
I lost my phone, so.
Passover? Oh, okay.
Okay. We will table approval of the minutes for the August 11th meeting until our next meeting, which hopefully
It's a week
will
from
be our
Monday,
last.
right?
I'm not. Weeks, yeah.
The 13th of September, I believe.
Just have to say, there were times I wondered if we'd get here, especially in the early part. But, we all worked at it. We all contributed. And I think we ended up with a pretty nice building, I'll say.
It's nice.
A few things I would like to see a little different, but I was reminded by both the OPM and the architect that this is a working building, so you don't see the finishes on the second floor that you'd see in the second floor of the town hall. Especially those girders coming in. That just kind of threw me a little.
8th, right?
Little pass through to the other room. But all in all,
I have listened.
they did a nice job. They did a good job. Not without some consternation, but we got there. And I'm certainly proud of the end result. I think it looks great. It's actually imposing when you drive down the street to look at what was once a dilapidated green building and a barn, basically. And
Huge difference.
it's just amazing. Okay. Anyone care to comment?
No, our next meeting is when? September 8th? I have.
Monday, the 3rd. 8th.
Well,
The 8th.
Yeah.
Monday the
in
8th.
September, if it's a Monday, it's either the 8th I have listed.
It is.
Here's the 8th.
It's the 8th, okay.
Yeah.
That's coming up
The second
Not this
Monday.
Monday, but the
Yeah.
following
Oh,
Monday.
yeah, second Monday.
Second
Yeah,
Monday.
think we'll be
it's
ready.
coming up soon because this is a special meeting
Yeah,
that we held for the purpose of voting the
the bill,
the invoice.
the invoice, yes.
So, if there's,
I have one item.
please, Mary Beth.
Okay, just the builder's risk.
Yes,
We got an email and Greg chimed in today and so did Scott on how much we should set for coverage for that building.
question. Did you see my email today?
Of course, no.
Okay, we have a municipal insurance policy with Maya, which covers all of our buildings. We have a collective coverage. So while each particular building may not be insured for its replacement value, all buildings are covered for replacement value. The only way we would lose is if every building that's insured
At the same time.
were to get destroyed at the same time. If you look at the schedule of values for the town hall, we could never replace this building for what's in there. However, we do know the cost of this building because we just built it. And we should be pretty close to that number when we insure it. But that's a management call.
Yeah.
You have to make that decision with you and the Board of Selectmen. As far as the coverage of the contents, again, the policy provides content coverage, but there may be specific pieces of equipment that you would want to separately insure, such as a tractor, which isn't a motor vehicle,
Right.
or if we had a very expensive, I don't know,
You get the fork truck.
yeah, the fork truck is not a vehicle, but that should be separately insured. So that's what you got to look through. What things you think may, and Jillian will help you with that too.
Yeah, I think that Bruce and Dave should make the list of what they feel, present it to us,
Yeah,
and
and just remember, all of this is going to be part of our budget next year.
yeah,
So, you know, I don't know where insurance is. I know when I went to Maya 15, 16 years ago, we saved a ton of money. They picked up everything. They picked up our workers' comp. They picked up our liability, our officers and directors, everything. And I want to say we saved close to $300,000. It was a lot of money back then.
yeah.
And they've been good with us ever since. I mean, they've been great with claims, so certainly you want to work with people that work with you. And in reality, we're all self-insured.
Yeah.
Our premiums and the premiums of everyone else go into Maya, which pays us back when things go bad. And we have a vote in their operation, so
Now, all our buildings in town, all our town buildings are insured,
under
Yeah,
Maya.
Under
yes.
Maya.
right? Except for this one? Oh, no, it is.
No, this one?
Okay. Oh, yeah, DPW.
Occasionally, we may have a foreclosure, and then we have to do a special schedule for those. But the town operating buildings are all insured under Maya.
So right now he has a building coverage at 19,010,000, and
That should be fine.
this
Yeah.
limit includes permanently installed equipment like the truck lift, exhaust system, lighting protection system. Let me know if it should be adjusted. And the contents coverage. This is optional coverage for items inside the building that are not permanently installed. If the town wants this coverage, you can give me an estimate for the total value of the contents on an itemized list. That I would need from Bruce.
DPW.
Right, I would need that from them.
And remember, when you insure for 19, the cost of this project included
Everything that went in it.
not only everything that went in it, but the land around it.
Right.
That's not insured. We don't insure the land.
Well, no, because it doesn't.
So when you look at what we've spent on
Drainage,
drainage,
parking lot.
thank you, parking lot, sprinklers, grass,
Curbing.
curbing, all of that stuff is part of the $20 million.
Right.
So you're not necessarily going to insure that.
It doesn't go away.
It doesn't give you anything. So, like I said, I would suggest you talk to Jillian or
But it's Robert that's doing
okay,
this one.
whoever's there. And
I'll get that list.
they've always been good
next week.
when I've talked to them about coverage.
Yeah, they're great, and I just know it expires on the 30th. I didn't want any interruption
Right.
going to the statement of location.
And they know we have to budget for these things as well, and
Right,
you know they're not
that's what I
gonna
want to see.
they're not gonna jam a policy down our throat for 24 million or something.
Right.
Dude, was this one of the?
Rick,
Sorry.
Oh, I just had two things. One was on bid docs. Can you pull up bid docs? Can you pull up the closeout document section? This is a question I was going to ask on Wednesday, but
Yeah, sorry.
I'm aware the meeting was
Sorry
changed.
about that. Does anybody know how to get rid of this minimize sign here? It's everywhere.
Get on that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Stop.
Yeah, I think that's always been stuck there. So,
No, yeah. It's not on this. It's on my screen. Let's see, bid dog.
oh, you have to right click the icon and change it.
I don't know. I tried. Doesn't do anything. I just got to shut down. Let's see, my project.
Well, you don't have to click minimize. You'll get full size unless you click it. Oh, you're just saying it's in the way. I got you.
yeah, he just wants to get rid of it.
Can you right click that minimize?
No, it won't do anything.
We could put a piece of white tape over it.
Yeah.
So my question here is,
Okay.
so a rundown, just quickly, if you can. What needs to be done for those red triangles to go away?
Let's see. Closeout punch list required.
We're only 2 weeks away from having our last meeting. There's a
Final
lot of red
certificate should already be gone. It's already done.
Yeah.
Oh, the red triangles are things that
See, I don't post on here, so this is a lot of the stuff
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Greg and Tony
Permit.
will do.
That's long gone. General certificate warranty
Not
and
second.
contract
So
warranty.
record drawings,
Yeah.
the warranty.
We're still waiting for some of that, like, for example, like the as-built for the site. We're still waiting for that, so we didn't pay for that amount of money yet.
Who will finally sign off on the building permit? Is it Jim?
Right. The building commission will sign off on the building permit.
He has.
I think you just did this.
It's been signed.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a triangle that can go, right?
Yep.
So
Substantial completion.
the
Well,
architect,
yeah,
Greg is the
yeah.
one that's got to update this.
Well,
Yes.
it'll all be in here, and then once it gets sent over and to you guys, it'll all be. You'll have a record of everything.
What I suggested to Josh was to take, once we have all the documents, put them on the DPW section of the drive so it's accessible to them and you don't have to run around looking for printed paper all the time.
Yeah. So, like I said, my concern is, we're talking about having our last meeting in less than 2 weeks, and there's just a lot of open items there. And the other question I had was with respect to Andrea, communications from Andrea. What was the last? Where do we stand with that?
There's been quite a bit going back and forth, just getting everything, all the paperwork ready for the last couple weeks and even week. Just having the
Is the
bill
file
latings, huh?
Is
No,
the
the what?
The contaminated soil.
No, there's still a pile there.
It hasn't.
They started it. It looks different.
So that pile will be gone and everything, and the rest of the paving will be done
Yep.
before we cut the ribbon.
Yeah, I mean that it
certainly hope
it
so.
should only take a few
We
days
don't
to
wanna
get that
stand
out
on
of
it
there.
to cut the ribbon.
Huh?
We don't want to be
Standing
standing
on
in
the
it.
pile?
It should,
You have to work.
based on the letters that went back and forth, I would think that what they're reconciling with now is how many trucks are going to send back and forth, whether they're going to leave them there and bring them back or make double trips during the day, because it's a 2.5 hour trip to Chicopee
Right.
to drop
So, we
this
can't
stuff.
get a final accounting until all of that soil.
Exactly.
Right? So
Yes.
we're not going to close out this building in on September 8th, in my mind.
Let's see, Andrea.
No, it's not.
I signed.
No, that's why I was.
You did sign
wondering
off
if we
on
should
the.
push the committee meeting off a few weeks because I don't know what. I mean, we can have the committee meeting but I think there'll definitely be. I asked Tony this week about when the next rec would come out, and I thought he said it was going to be another couple weeks, and then he'd have another final one, another in like a month or two. For like small, a small amount of money, which again, like
Well, what's left? 380 something.
It's
We don't want to go down to an amount where he's just going to walk away from it and not be done,
Right.
right? I mean, I think we're close to that amount now. If the punch list got expanded to some other scope that he didn't want to deal with, then he would just abandon the retainage.
He wouldn't do that. That'd be suicide
he's
for him. He does public works jobs.
Right.
DCAM would shut him down or close him out.
286.
Working with
So
that.
that's not a lot of money, $286,000. All I'm saying is there's still a ways to go here,
Right.
in my mind.
Scott,
It's
can
a
you
lot
give
of
me
it's
a
in-
detail? Excuse me, a detail accounting so I can match it up on my
Sure.
side.
I just got a few new invoices from Josh, so I was going to add that to the September.
I'm like to date. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure, there's been a few changes with tax they need to
Yep.
pay, and
Yep.
I just want to make sure to the penny that we're.
Mm-hmm.
And one final thing is what is going to be left in our contingency at this point?
715 ish.
So what would be the disposition?
So the only thing that and I think it's going to actually come out of technology. I think there's enough money there. Josh is looking into a cellular, repeater for the building, and he was talking about possibly moving the communications equipment from the fire station over to the mezzanine area, just to keep it in the building in a better condition.
Yeah, all he has to
It's
do
in
is
kind of a
remember
poor-
they picked the fire department because of the height.
So again, there's
Fire tower's a lot higher than the DPW building.
there's
The
100
new Mount Whitman?
there's like $100,000 in that pot, and I haven't seen much
Yeah.
invoices from him yet. I just got a few.
But those are the things that, once the project's done, it's going to be up to Mary Beth and the Board of Selectmen to close out and then account for that money. I had suggested some time ago that we look at what invoices we paid and make sure that the project invoices were paid first from borrowed money, because we also transferred money from the enterprise
Right. Yeah,
free
right.
cash account.
Yeah.
And if we end up with a surplus in borrowed money, we are very limited on what we can do with that.
Right. Well, it would be my expectation that it would be split between the capital stabilization and the enterprise account. Right? Is that the way the money was allocated?
You can't if it's borrowed money. That's why I'm saying we have to look at what funds we used to make payments. Because if the remainder is capital money from the borrowing, it either has to be used in a similar project or has to be used to reduce the bond.
Okay.
So, have we looked at that?
For a like project,
Well, for a like project,
Right.
another construction
another
project.
construction project. Correct.
Is it but
Actually,
some of the money
how
came
much
out
are
of
we
water
talking
and sewer?
Yes,
Some of the money, right.
Yes.
Okay.
So maybe we need to, once the bond proceeds came in and the big money was going out to Page, of course, we switched over to the
right.
bond.
So I'm saying look back at what we've spent,
I may reclassify
and you
some.
may want to reclassify some of that so that money can go into, it can be transferred into the capital stabilization
Right.
fund.
So that's what
Or-
I think it would be good for the committee to see the final disposition of this,
Yeah.
of the contingency
I mean, didn't Dave
before we close out this group.
Right.
Kind of like full circle kind of thing.
just have to spend a ton of money on one of the pump stations?
That's a different story.
That's different.
That's going to be money. We're spending money we don't have.
Yeah,
We're
as
deficit spending, and
far
then
as that goes, yeah.
once the town gets approval from the Department of Revenue, those bills can be paid, notwithstanding that we don't have money to pay them. And then when we set the tax rate next year, we either have to transfer that money from existing funds or raise it on the recap sheet.
So not an increase in rates?
There would be an increase in rates if we have to raise it on the recap sheet. Definitely.
But Frank, what I'm trying to do is we had money, 2.2 million we got from Plymouth County ARPA for the
Right.
Sewer Force Main project. There's about 200,000, 238 left over, but the project's been closed out. So the Sewer Force Main pump can't operate without the pump stations.
I would try and classify.
That's really a similar project.
Yeah.
No,
No.
but that didn't fly. So
Oh, it didn't fly.
what
Well, it was
Tom-
presented wrong.
No,
So
no,
what is the county saying we do with that money?
I have to return it to them,
Oh, bullshit.
and then
That's why I didn't want the county taking over that stuff.
and then reapply. And so I told him the other day. Now,
That's outrageous.
They called me the other day and said, Mary Beth, there were things in the original scope of work for the 2.2 million project that we didn't do. So I said, Tom, can I give you two scenarios and see if one of these will fly? Either let us have that money back to do the items in the original scope of work with the original engineer on the sewer force main, or can we repurpose those funds for the sewer force main? He said, I'm going to do everything I can to help you, but he checked with CLA, who's the auditor for the ARPA money, and they said that you do need to send the funds back and reapply. So I can't
But
send
somebody
money
else
back.
could go after that money also.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Sure they can. Once it's in the county's hands, it's not our
Right,
money.
but when
Well,
they
the county-
That's why I was so opposed to them taking over that stuff.
But when it goes back,
Better
they're
than
gonna
the
know
state
you're
doing it, because they
reapplying.
would have eaten it up.
The state did a better job.
I-
All right, I think we do have one more item of business is the ribbon cutting. Do you want to put that on the table for everybody's
Yes.
schedule?
So, it should not come as a surprise to anyone here that we are planning a ceremonial ribbon cutting on Monday, September 29th at 3 o'clock at the DPW.
Would make sense.
We imagine that the invitations will include the two boards, department managers, personnel in the DPW, any other respective committees that might have an interest in participating or being there, and obviously the employees. And the state rep, state senator, do we have to invite the governor? I guess we could. Maybe we can hit her up for some more money.
Finance committee? Yeah.
Well, that's why I said other boards and committees.
Who's handling that?
You are.
You are.
That's why I asked.
That's what this meeting was set up for, to transfer the responsibility to you. It came up at the weekly meeting, but
Okay.
someone with more responsibility has to assume responsibility for it.
Okay.
And
And what do we want there for food? Anything?
I would say refreshments.
Okay. 3 o'clock. That's okay. On the 29th, right?
Yeah.
I drink 12-year-old scotch.
Okay.
I could settle for the second.
Do you have a big set of scissors and all that stuff?
No, we're counting on you to bring that.
Must have a couple sets of them.
I know I'm sure we do.
Well, the architect would probably have them as well, right?
So,
Yeah, we also need
Well,
ribbon.
But we can talk
Well, how about
outside
getting
and
the yellow
figure out
caution
what we
tape?
need.
right, I would
Yeah.
suggest, getting a notice to the employees,
Yep.
as soon as possible. Because some of them guys work second jobs,
Oh,
and
yeah.
if they're going to try and get it off to be there, they need to know if it's
Oh, we have the better part of a whole month ahead of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it
they
won't
need
be
to know
till
as soon
next
as they
week, I
can.
think.
So next week it can go out, and they'll have 3 weeks.
I mean,
notice.
would you consider inviting the superintendent, East Bridgewater, Hanson?
I would hope that you guys would suggest surrounding community people you would like to invite. And I think that's a good idea.
Well, I don't want any
DPWs.
toes being in.
No, it just makes sense. Invite the DPWs and the surrounding towns that we deal with occasionally.
That's another thing that you'd have to get a notice on.
Yep.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, but you plan on having food and stuff. Where are you going to have it? In one of the garages?
Who said food?
Well, I thought you said
Yeah,
refreshments.
probably the
Can't do the lunchroom, would be too small.
no.
Right.
Yeah, the vehicle storage,
Sure.
wide open.
Yeah, just
Yeah, tables up.
you're wide up and throw some tables out, right?
That's all.
Yeah.
These.
Okay.
How many people do you think will be there?
My guess,
50?
Yeah, so I was gonna say, if you're opening it up to department heads,
probably
FinCom,
somewhere around 35, 40 people.
If the Monday 3 o'clock one,
Yeah.
50, maybe.
Yeah.
If it was later, I would say more, but
Right. Or if it was Saturday.
yeah. Well, Bruce wants to do a Saturday open house, so
Right.
that's going to be a different.
Yeah, they want to get functional first. Acclimate themselves to the building.
So they did, when they had the open house to show the old building off, and they had a pretty good turnout then.
Yeah,
well,
But it was on a Saturday too, though.
and that he wants to do a Saturday. And my guess is you'll have a big turnout because all the people who've been grumbling for the last 2 years about spending all their tax money are going to want to see what it's bought.
they'll want a tour. Yeah.
And I'm happy to say it's an impressive structure.
I think people will be very impressed.
Yeah. All right. Well, if there's no further business,
There was one other thing
I have a.
went out of my head. Go ahead then.
All right, once we do that, the admin building, right? The office.
That's going to be up to the selectmen.
No, not the building. I'm talking about everything inside, like the secretary's desks and paperwork and everything that's there. Who is going to transfer it to the new?
I don't think a lot
Well,
of
they're
that
not
stuff is going.
transferring it.
Nothing's going.
The
You got
new
all this
building
stuff
has
that's
been
good.
fully furnished. Bruce or Dave may have a particular affection for a chair they have there that they might want to bring over, but for the most part, that's surplus and should be open up to the
But I'm talking
department.
about like in the top drawer, pencils and papers, whatever. I mean,
You can have those,
That's up to
Dan.
them to pack up.
There's a lot of records there from the sewer projects.
right?
A
It needs
lot of paper.
All that
I've
stuff.
talked to
You know,
Bruce
and
about
one-
this in the
and
past.
most of it's
We
not
can, we
digital.
can order
Right.
150
You know,
boxes or something
so-
from Collins
Right,
Box.
so they either got to bring it
And,
with them or digitize it.
You know,
So I would think that the process of moving out
Time out,
and
time out.
Didn't seem like
Time
it would
out.
be a while, but I'll ask.
time out. Why wouldn't we take advantage of this opportunity to digitize the plans and records we have over there as part of this project?
Yep.
I dread having Josh.
get rid of all that stuff down the cellar.
Well, you have to keep the paper, but
Yeah,
it's much more useful if it's digital.
yeah.
What do you guys think? Is that part of the project? I would think it could be.
Mike could be.
Yeah, I think it could be. It's related.
I mean,
You looking to extend your appointment here
No, absolutely not.
into the fall and winter?
No. But I'm saying that could be a cost that could be provided for under the construction
Yeah.
project.
at the same time, destroying the stuff that's down there that should be destroyed
Well, get that to Steve. He can soak it in water and make bricks out of it.
Someone probably have to write away to the state to get permission.
Yes.
Not a lot of that.
I found a
Retention.
file like this of every employment application from the 50s on down there once, and every one of them had a social security.
Oh, those things should be destroyed.
Yeah,
they
they
should.
need to be
They
destroyed.
should. They
Yeah,
should
you
have been
just get the-
destroyed after
Get
3
the
years.
Reddit on-site van come in and
Yeah.
You
just.
just have to contact us.
Oh, I
on certain
understand,
things.
but that's the kind of stuff that's mixed in with the stuff that you really should say.
Well, that stuff, yeah, and somebody's going to have to go through it.
That's the thing. Who's going to do that? I mean, first of all, it's got to be somebody that recognizes something that's valuable versus something that should go.
Right.
I nominate Dennis Smith.
Somebody who has time on their
Yeah,
hands.
what kind of budget I got?
Well, the good thing is you're not tearing it down, so you don't have to do it right away.
Exactly.
You know,
That's what
you
you
can do it over time.
I mean, if you ask Dave or Bruce, I'll bet you that they will say that moving out of that building, they want a few months at it.
He told me about a year for him to go through.
I would say
And
so.
people
Yeah.
have said no.
A year?
They're not
That's
holding the
absurd.
building for a year.
No.
Well, that's easy. Then you don't have to move anything.
Right. There has to be a deadline so it can get done.
I'm assuming that there's going to be
That's a procrastination timeline.
a storage area in the mezzanine for records and stuff. Old
Yes,
archive.
the documents room in the new building,
Yeah.
Big.
pretty big.
Is it?
Oh yeah. I mean, well, the files that I saw for, keeping blueprints and that kind of thing. Yeah, it was fairly
Great.
extensive.
I mean, there must be some downtime. These guys could put an hour in a week or something.
What guys?
The people that work there.
Oh,
employees.
you mean
So-
The office
as
staff
far as
and the
anybody in the union? I don't think so. They wouldn't know. I mean, unless it was some of the water guys, like Scotty could probably do a lot of it, but
Administrative maybe could help.
maybe
well, that would be an administrative function.
Right. Although that changed too.
Well, there's time to work that out.
like I said, it gets to the point. Somebody that can recognize.
Socials are pretty
Yeah.
easy to recognize.
Yes.
Well, those
What needs to
old
go, what needs-
applications for people who weren't hired should have been destroyed 3 years after they
yeah.
weren't hired.
Right.
Not to mention the files on previous employees.
Well, that's a different story.
Right. You have to check the record retention and yeah.
Your file's probably pretty thick there.
I got it is. It's right in the back of my bedroom. No, but and then my understanding is some stuff needs to be kept forever. Some stuff needs like 7 years.
Right.
There's different.
It's all spelled out in the records retention.
Retention manual.
Well, I don't think we're going to solve that at this meeting.
No, that's not a building function. That's a
Right.
operational function.
All right.
I don't think we can.
So we know that the building's going to be available for transition, and at some point in time, there'll be a cutoff where the building is no longer serving a function, and then selectmen are going to have to decide what to do with the building.
I know
And-
what I want to do with it.
And like you say, Dan,
Put it up.
there's going to be a lot of old desks, old file cabinets,
Right.
old,
Somebody maybe can use it.
Frank, when we brought in those new file cabinets at the selectman's office, you were the town administrator at the time. Who transferred all the records into it? Laurie?
Yep, we did.
Oh, so you're experienced at that.
I mean,
What I found challenging was I came here 2 years after we did the renovation and made the mistake of going down the spiral staircase to what used to be the spiral staircase to the room below, and I couldn't believe the crap that was in there.
on the steps.
Records, war memorabilia,
That's the story.
all kinds of stuff. And it took me weeks to go through it to figure out what was a record and what wasn't.
Yeah.
Then I found out there was a whole freaking trailer of records in the armory. That took longer.
Yeah, I know.
However,
Yeah.
because of that, I was able to find the invoice where we bought the Park Avenue school from Clark. Which belies my argument that it's a gift. It's not. We paid for it. We paid fair market value,
Now,
and it shouldn't be a charitable trust. And Matt Tobin was going to handle that, but unfortunately it outlived Matt.
that leftover money from ARPA, could we use it to clean up the Park Ave school?
The money was designated for the sewer force main project. That can
Well,
only
that's,
be
that's,
used for
well,
the
that,
sewer
well,
force main
well,
project.
that, don't put it on the record, but that was a crap house anyway. And it's like
Everything's on the record, it's recording.
that.
So I will restate my motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Sunglasses on.
I will second that if no one else will.
I will.
All in favor? We're
Aye.
adjourned.
Thank you.